Hi there, and welcome to another Sonic Academy tutorial. In this one, we're going to be continuing on with our mixing videos, and we're going to be looking at the wonderful world of bass. Um, so, one of the sort of most important things about bass is being able to hear it properly in your room and having an even response. And we've done a bit of work on this before in previous tutorials, where we looked at Room EQ Wizard and how it works and how you can use traps to sort of tidy up your bass end. And also listening position is very important. I find in my studio a difference of a foot or 2 foot really changed the tonal quality of the room. So my room's sounding pretty good now, and I've got a really good idea of bass. It's pretty even throughout most of the room, and there's a few sort of sweet spots where it's sounds really nice. So it's important that you have some sort of way of getting the audio from your speakers into your ears without the coloration of your room. And especially important in bass, as it's it's generally where you'll find most of the problems. So I had a big problem in mine around the sort of 120 hertz mark, which was causing a lot of difficulties for me in me trying to analyze what was wrong with songs and how to sort of fix the bass. So that's really key. There's Room EQ Wizard there. You can get it from Home Theater Shack. You can get this Behringer mic for around $50. And this can be used for analysing your room. And you'll obviously need a set of speakers. And there's an absolute ton out there. And I would recommend for dance music not getting anything smaller than an 8-inch cone if you're going to invest in a set of speakers, because that's really the size of cone you need to sort of be able to get a good bottom end, get the tone of the kick drums coming through. 5-inch speakers, you just won't get that low end vibe unless you add a sub to it, which you could do. And there's a few different sets of speakers available. I've heard good reports about the Yamahas. The Behringers are sort of trying to copy the Mackeys, but they don't sound quite close. And then the Mackeys, either the Mark 1s or Mark 2s. And Mark 1s you should be able to pick up for around 600 quid a pair. Mark 2s probably closer to £1,000. Both great speakers, and I use the Mark 1s in my studio. Mark 1s have a slightly more compressed bottom end, but they still sound great, and it's more about sort of understanding your speakers and being able to tell what's wrong with the bass through practice and the confidence that you have in your speakers and knowing where maybe their weaknesses is. If you can avoid ported designs, any designs that has like the port on the front, what they tend to do is sort of send out bass at a particular frequency. So again, for studio recording, it can be quite difficult to work with that. And if all your kick drums sound like they've got a resonance at sort of 120, it might not be your actual sound. It could be your bass. So there's some important things you need to be aware of. If you have any sort of weak links in your chain, it can be really difficult to sort of judge what's happening in your bass. And if you can't judge what's happening properly, then you're not going to be able to control it properly. So definitely that's the sort of first step in the route to getting good bass. So in the next video, we're going to start looking at sort of different sounds and the importance of envelopes and analysis and different things like that.